Hello everyone, Markystal here, and today I just want to do a quick discussion video whereby I try to look into the subject of what virtual reality will do to us in regards to our identities in the virtual space. So let's get this started. To begin, I'd say it'd be worthwhile to look into what our current systems have in place for us in terms of digital identities. Most people are familiar with the word profile, in that it's a system or a form of identity for you when you're on a computer. You have your YouTube profile, your Facebook profile, your Twitter profile, your Google Plus profile. You have a bunch of different profiles, usually whenever you're on the internet. So, what do these profiles have? Most of the time they have your username, which identifies you as an individual within the network, and they also tend to have a form of profile picture, which aids in distinguishing you from the rest of the crowd. Aside from that, there's really not much of a difference between you and the other user, aside from the way that you write or speak. In other words, your character. So what does virtual reality do to affect this? Overall, I'd say that the biggest thing that virtual reality does is that it changes the perspective from which we view this. Right now, we are looking at this most likely through a monitor or maybe even a tablet or your phone. You see, that's a pretty interesting dichotomy, as overall, tablets and phones and monitors are third-person mediums. When you're observing them, you don't really feel as though you're directly looking through them, so much as you're observing something, which is observing something within a virtual world and looking through that thing's perspective. Except, you're not treating it as your own, even if it might be your own. This is very frequently seen in first-person games, whereby you aren't really treating it as though it's your own eyes and your own vision. With things like the Oculus Rift, however, this changes. All of a sudden, you're inside of the world. The pair of eyes that are looking upon the world in the virtual space are your eyes, not someone else's or the avatar's. And this significantly changes the way you're going to interact with the world. You're going to have more natural expressions or reactions. Perhaps you're going to get scared even more brutally whenever something scary happens. You're going to feel the actual height of something when you're on top of a tall ledge or about to fall. Your body is attempting to find its place within the virtual world rather than treating itself as an outside agent to this world. This changes the social dichotomy from one of a third-person perspective to a first-person perspective, which all of a sudden introduces our own personal character much more into the fray in comparison to before it. I suspect that it'll actually be harder for people to pretend to be other things when they're on the internet within virtual reality, because all of a sudden we don't have that divorced space between us and the other users. We're going to be directly in the line of fire. We're seeing that other user. It may happen? Perhaps. The story Sword Art Online itself included the character Rosalia, who, on the internet at the very least, acted as though she was some form of player killer and mercilessly helped in the killing of other players, which in real life would be an act that she probably didn't commit. Although Laughing Kaufman would like to have another word with us. Anyhow, we might take advantage of the new contexts we're given within virtual reality. It is a complete and utter shift in our abilities. Kirito himself noted it in the first episode, when he was saying something along the lines of, "A sword can take you anywhere within this world." And the fact of the matter is, it's true. The systems are designed in a very simple manner that you can understand, and as long as you play that system, you can succeed, unlike in the real world where that might be more complex. But simultaneously, in that world, it is you who is succeeding. It is not your avatar, it is not the player character, it is you. You're the person who is succeeding inside of that world. You're the perspective that is observing things within this universe. And in a way, it is you that is being reflected by the actions you commit on the internet, and no longer some divorced, anonymous identity that you hide behind. In a way, I've changed up the format of the video to tie in with this. As we can all see, I'm in a different form. The first episodes I used to have some very simple little animation things that allowed me to switch up to where I was syncing. The other videos tried to lip sync my mouth a little bit to the content of the video. However, this new video format shows me directly to you, and if this were virtual reality, we'd be on equal footing, as not only can I change myself but I can change what I see of you, and you would be able to do likewise. It's an interesting conundrum, and something that I'm fascinated to see what virtual reality will produce in our own culture. Well, everyone, thank you for watching this video, and I hope that this whole change in video formatting hasn't been too jarring for all of you. I'm going to be doing an update video pretty soon to explain a few of the things that are going to be going on this channel. Well, everyone, thank you for watching. This has been Markystal, signing out.